Pi is 3.14159265, but you came here for Pocket Roni, so please stay tuned.
Okay, we're going to be doing imperial to metric conversions and vice versa. So we're going to be converting from imperial to metric or metric to imperial. Okay, if you don't know what that is, then imperial units are units we use here in the United States. We use feet, inches, pound, ounces, yard, quart, gallon, miles, cups, teaspoons. The things that we normally use here, the units that we normally use here in the U.S. That's imperial units. Metric units are units that are used in other countries. That is a standard for other countries. Meters, grams, liters, anything to do with meters, kilometers, centimeters, decimeters, anything to do with grams, kilograms, milligrams, anything to do with liters, milliliters, centiliters. So if you just remember meters, grams, liters, anything to do with those units are metric. A lot of international countries, they don't measure their speed in miles per hour, they measure it in kilometers per hour. So this is very useful for when you travel internationally and you want to convert from U.S. units to whatever country you're going to that's using metric units. I have done it personally when I have traveled internationally when I'm trying to make a recipe with the food that I have bought in other countries. Alright, so let's look at 30A, number 7. So just to stress again, this is very applicable. You can use it when you're traveling to other countries. 30A7, we want to go from 21 kilograms to pounds. If you go to another country and you go to the doctor, they want to know how much you weigh, but they're going to want to know how much do you weigh in kilograms. We measure in pounds in the U.S. So if I want to change 21 kilograms, so start with what you know. There's 21 kilograms. Turn it into a fraction. I'm going to multiply by a conversion factor. So if I want to get rid of kilograms, it needs to go in the denominator, which means pounds is going to go in the numerator. Go look at your conversion tables in the back of your book, or if you go look up on the internet on conversion tables, you will have conversion tables that go from imperial to metric, or maybe they start with metric and go to imperial. It doesn't matter which one you use, as long as you put everything in the right place when you calculate, okay? I will always be looking at the tables that start with imperial and go to metric. So, but again, you can use either one. So I'm going to go to my table and find something that's dealing with kilograms and pounds. And if you go to that, then I see that 1 pound, I'm getting this from my conversion table, from my table. 1 pound equals, or you see these two squiggles, that means approximately. They're rounding. 1 pound is approximately 0.45 kilograms. That's a rounded number. That decimal probably goes longer, but they're rounding to 2 decimals. So we'll get an approximate. So again, these two squiggle lines mean approximately. So my 1 goes with my pound, so 1 goes with my pound. My 0.45 goes with my kilogram, 0.45. So my kilograms cancel. I'm left with pound, that's a good thing. So you multiply across your fractions. 21 times 1, 21. I'm left with pound. 1 times 0.45 is 0.45. Now divide that out. 21, of course I use my calculator. 21 divided by 0.45 is 46.67. I'm going to round to 2 decimals, pound. So I recommend that you guys usually you need to go to 2 decimals. That's always a good number of decimals to have, 2 decimal places. So 21 kilogram is approximately 46.67 pounds. Alright, let's look at 30A11. We're going to go from quarts to liters. 5 quarts to liters. So start with what you know. 5 quarts. Turn that into a fraction. Multiply by a conversion factor. I want quarts to go away, so it has to go in the denominator. I want to be left with liters, so it needs to go in the numerator. My quarts cancel. Now look at my conversion table and find something in my imperial to metric tables that deals with quart and liters. So I find here that I see 1 quart is approximately 0.95 liters. Again, I get this information from a conversion table or from the internet. So 1 goes with my quart, so 1 goes down here. My 0.95 goes with my liters, 0.95. Again, my quarts cancel. I'm left with liters. So now I multiply fractions, multiply across. Numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. 5 times 0.95. I'm doing that in my calculator. That was 4.75. And I'm left with liters. All over 1 times 1, 1. 4.75 divided by 1 is still just 4.75. So I now know that 5 quarts is approximately 4.75 liters. Now let's jump down to 30A16. We want to go from yards to meters. So again, I start with what I know. 63 yards. Turn that into a fraction. I'm going to multiply by a conversion factor. I want yards to go away, so it needs to go in the denominator. And therefore my meters would be in my numerator. I go to my conversion table and find something that has yards and meters. So in my conversion table, it tells me that 1 yard is approximately 0.9 meters. So I put my numbers, my 1 with my yard, so my 1 goes with my yard. So my 0.9 goes with my meters, 0.9. I see that my yards cancel, and I'm left with meters. That's what I want to be left with. So then it's multiplying fractions. Numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. 63 times 0.9. I'll do that in my calculator. It was 56.7 over 1 times 1 is 1. And I'm left with the meters. 56.7 divided by 1 is still just 56.7. No need to write the 1 in the denominator. So 63 yards is the same as 56.7, and it was just 7 meters.